Hi, how are you? This is Dr. Damaris G, Integrative Family Nurse Practitioner, and thank you for joining us on our YouTube and Mindfully Integrative podcast. Today, we have an amazing guest. Her name is Gianna, and she is a holistic skin health coach. So holistic health and skin health coach. So she has a lot to offer, not just in her coaching, but I think she'll tell you a little bit more about herself. So let's get into it and learn a little bit more about Gianna. So welcome. Thanks for joining in. Thanks, Gianna, for coming on our show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm really excited to kind of like talk with you and have a, as I call it, a mindful chat about, where integrative health is for you, or just like where you are in your life and what brought you. So let's just discuss where, tell me something that people may not know about you, just in general.
Okay.
First, how are you doing? And
that's okay. I'm doing really well. I'm happy to be here on the podcast and share a little bit with everyone. I'm pretty transparent with social media and things like that. So I feel like what I give on social media that's who I am. I share a lot about my music. I share about skincare. I share about wellness and overall well-being. So I think I'm pretty transparent with what my passions are, but something that people may not know about me. I like art. I like to draw. I like to paint. Those are some things probably not a lot of people know. It's kind of relaxing for me and it's fun. I like to read. I like listening to audiobooks, and podcasts are a new thing for me that I really enjoy. So those are just a few things about me that a lot of people may not know.
And then do you do those things as forms of kind of your own meditations, or as your own way of kind of like just learning more, or just using those resources as kind of the artwork to relaxation, or artwork just because you just have a creative mind?
Yeah, I would say like the art is definitely creativity for me. And it also helps to just kind of relax my mind and just to tune in to like the present moment. I feel like when I'm drawing or if I'm painting or something like that, I'm not really thinking about anything else. So I kind of like to zone out that way. And just reading and podcasts for me, I just love to learn. So anywhere that I can absorb any kind of information, I really love that.
And I know that you're also a writer. So like you like to write too. So have you been writing a lot lately?
So I am a songwriter. I was writing a lot last year, but over the last year, like being diagnosed with cancer and things like that, that kind of took a toll on, especially during a pandemic, that took a toll on my music career.
No. Your major struggle, right? Is this like something you would consider a major struggle or success that's kind of helped you grow? Like, explain to me what happened this year. That sounds really like cancer. That's totally huge.
Yeah.
And the pandemic.
So it was definitely a major struggle for me. One, because I was diagnosed at 19. So it didn't even seem possible that could be true for me.
That's so rare. And
exactly.
Listeners understand how rare that is. 19 years old with what kind of cancer did you have?
I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
That in itself is rare.
Yeah, it makes me laugh because I'm just like, what are the odds? And I'm a very like optimistic person. So when I heard that, I was kind of like, oh, wow. Okay,
and,
cool.
Do you mind describing to people what kind of breast cancer you had?
Yeah, so I had invasive. Yeah, no, that's okay. I had invasive breast cancer. I forget like the medical term for it. But it was right underneath like my armpit area. So it was like closer to like the lymph nodes. And I was diagnosed at stage 1A. So I was very lucky that it wasn't, anything further along than that. And so my doctors were able to treat me pretty quickly and get it under control. And now a year later, I had my first scan since my diagnosis and I am cancer free.
Yay!
So
celebrations. I mean, that's amazing and so awesome. And like that in itself makes you more mindful, I bet, every single day.
So. Exactly. But yeah, during the last year, music for me, it's always been like an outlet. But I think that battling cancer, especially for the length of time that you're battling. It's kind of, it kind of took me a long time to process. So every time I would sit down to write, I had nothing, because I feel like I hadn't even processed what was happening enough to put it into words, how I was feeling. And it's funny because yesterday, after I got the good news about my scan, I actually started writing, and I felt completely free. So I think music is definitely going to be in the works this year for me. So I'm excited.
Awesome. I mean, it's like your body was healing, you had to kind of get yourself into the right frame of mind. Right. And then now like you said, you found that scan, and maybe now you're kind of open up your floodgates in that area is opening up for you. Right.
Exactly. Yep. I agree 100%.
Oh, wow. Did you find like any success from this year that has kind of helped you grow, even though cancer is such a tough thing? And then with the pandemic, I know that it's been tough on so many of us. So
of course,
is there something that you can bring a positive out of all of this? I mean, the scan yesterday, that's amazing. I think that's positive. Anything you want to?
Yeah, so I've definitely found so much success through all of the struggle. I'm actually, when I talk about being, a cancer survivor or patient, I'm actually super blessed, and I'm more grateful than anything else, which a lot of people look at me like, what are you saying? Like, who would be grateful to have cancer? But I truly am, because through that, I was able to take a look at my life and really evaluate what I was putting into my body and how I was treating myself, because cancer is an effect. Regardless if it's, a genetic change or a family history, it's an effect. And for me at 19, being diagnosed with breast cancer, it was confusing. And I was like, well, it's an effect of something. So whether it was my diet or, anxiety and stress and not being able to deal, that was definitely contributing to my overall health and well-being. So that made me take a huge look at what I was doing in my life and what could have been contributing to cancer. And through that, I found like a more holistic approach to how I spend my time and how I, live my life. And through that, I found my real passion, which is helping women to create wellness plans that resonate with them so they can live their lives feeling grounded and beautiful and nourished. So definitely more success. I built my business out of this experience. So I'm extremely grateful.
That is, I mean, that's amazing. One in general. I mean, I think it's just like a stepping stone of how your business is going to grow. The fact that you're able to take that suffering moment and make it into a fulfilled business and passion. It's just, I completely can connect with you on that, being in the, I did this podcast as a, passion project, but then also just thinking of like how integrative health, that there's no one thing, like the effect of your cancer has brought you to this, but now you're trying to make your life better and your health better. And so for me, when I talk about integrative health and integrative ways of thinking, there's no pill or no thing that's going to fix all of it. And, you're making this business on helping other women with their health and their skincare. That's profound. Is there a successful person or quote in your life that's kind of helped you through this time, like getting your business going, or just in general, your tough year?
Yeah. So this quote that I love that my coach told me is, it's by Byron Katie. And the quote is, "When I argue with reality, I lose, but only 100% of the time." And it's something that's so simple that, of course, anytime you argue with reality, you're going to lose. One, because you just can't fight with what is. And so I think that is something that has helped me tremendously, because when I actually sit down and realize that if I try fighting what's happening right now, it's only going to cause more chaos and more stress and more anxiety, rather than just accepting what is.
That's really profound for your 20-year-old self, right? You're not 19 anymore.
I turned 20.
I don't think I thought of those things at your age. I didn't start transitioning into like a different mindset until I came through my own traumas of, and then had to refocus and heal. So I think I commend you for, understanding something so profound like that. Oh, that's a
Thank
great
you.
quote.
Thank you.
Have you found like a lot of individuals that helped you grow during this time? Or
100%. I mean, I would definitely shout you out here because that would just be completely wrong
no,
if
you
I
don't have to
didn't.
shout me out.
No,
Nice.
no, but it's completely true because you have inspired me. Like, I'm gonna get teary-eyed, but like,
Oh,
no, really. Oh my God, I didn't think I would get like emotional here.
oh no.
Yeah, but you have completely inspired me with everything that you've been through and how you've also, that's why I feel like we're similar in a sense because you've chosen to take some, traumatic things that you've been through and turn it into love and light and spread that to everybody. And anybody who meets you, I think, can feel that and sense that in you. Um, and of course, you being like an integrative nurse practitioner, I've definitely had help from you in that sense, or even with yoga or breath work or just being more mindful like in my life. So thank you.
Oh, that's so sweet. You're very sweet for
Yes.
saying that. And
Yeah.
I love you. I
And
think that's wonderful. I think that, everyone has something to make an impact for and
Mhm,
um my story helped you. Your
mhm,
story is going to help someone else. And
mhm.
there's many women out there that you're going to help even further, not just with your one story, but with your business and your education and your passion,
Yeah.
Um, I
Another
don't even
person I
really,
just want to say really quickly, sorry too, is my
yeah,
my life and business coach, Denise Bernieri. She really helped me as well because before I got into coaching, I was talking to like a social worker, therapist, and something just wasn't resonating with me.
right.
Um, I just didn't feel that they really looked at me. I kind of just felt like another number
Yeah.
in their book. So it just wasn't resonating. I didn't feel that they truly cared. It was just kind of like a script that they were reading.
Gotcha.
And yeah, and so I reached out to Denise, who I had known prior. She was a teacher in the yoga teacher training that I did. So I knew her previously, and I knew that the way that she lived out her life resonated with me. And so I reached out to her, not even looking for business or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just really wanting to get back to me, and so I just wanted to shout her out as well
Oh,
because she is,
absolutely.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, like you have a really, all of your family and your friends have been
Of
very
course. And
supportive,
my
but
friends
like,
and family are huge support, of
yeah,
course.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course. Like,
that's a
the
given.
yeah, of course. I can imagine. So I know
Mhm.
obviously your business, and I want you to shout out your business too, but it's called God's Gifted Greenery. So your
Yes.
faith is very strong. So I don't think that, I mean, you would not have named your business with that intent. And I actually want to talk about that briefly.
I would love to.
Words, what is mindfully, like, how do you consider yourself mindfully integrative in your life? Obviously, I think you already are there. And
Mhm.
talk to me more about your business. I love your name. I love what you're doing with that. Let's discuss a
Okay.
little bit about that, and then
Yeah,
anything further you want to talk about.
sure. So, mindfully integrative. So, I feel that I'm mindfully integrative in my life, in my work, in my business, because it means taking a whole body approach. And I think that that's so important in every single thing that we do. And it's not a thing that a lot of people kind of realize that um, our body has so much power and we need to listen to ourselves. Um, so just paying attention to my body is how I'm mindfully integrative, and especially like in business because things can get overwhelming and you might have that go 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 or hustling mindset, whereas you need to pay attention to how you're feeling in your body, and if you need a rest, you need to take that rest, and if your body's thirsty, drink some more water, or just simple things that you need to listen to your body to achieve optimal wellness in every category of your life.
No, I mean, it makes so much sense. I mean, I say, obviously that's the podcast, but it's like
Mhm.
everybody in some way is using it, and it's like you're just taking that in your business, you've taken it in your life. It's just,
Mhm.
isn't it? I feel like when I talk to people about it, I go, it's just a way of life for me. I don't
Mhm.
know how, if I don't mindfully think about things and take a holistic approach, a whole health
Right.
approach, I'm not doing myself a service. And
Right.
obviously you've made your whole life and passion on this. So you get it.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's
100%.
literally, it was like a struggle of life or death for you. You
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
everybody has to get to that extreme, but
Mhm.
I see a book in your time down the road.
So funny.
I see a book.
I literally planned it. That is so funny that you just said that, because I've been thinking about writing a book for a little recently, really. But so I'm gonna work on doing some outlines and things like
I
that. But
totally see it. Like, listeners,
definitely.
follow her, um, Gianna Marie.
Thank you.
I really want you to, send out your links or anything more that the listeners can. Are you having any upcoming things or any and how people can reach you on your website?
Yeah. So if you don't mind, I'll talk a little bit about my business for a
Yeah,
second,
I would love
how it
to hear
came to
more.
fruition. Yeah. So it's called God's Gifted Greenery, and we created the name because during cancer, I kind of reconnected to my faith that I strayed away from for a long time, and I'm definitely not pushy about it at all. It's just something that has completely um, supported me and my faith and in my life and everything that I do. And so I felt it would be disingenuous not to credit the one who gives me life. So that
Beautiful.
had to be part of my business. And it's not saying that you have to believe what I believe or anything like that. I don't push any of my beliefs onto clients or anything like that. It's just more for you to get to know who I am and what I'm about and what I love. So that's how God's Gifted Greenery came to be, and that I really believe in using natural resources that God has given us. So that's what that means. Like God's gifted green, like, using the land and resources to heal our bodies. So that's how it came to be. And I'm on Instagram at God's Gifted Greenery. I've got a Facebook page that you can find through the link on Instagram as well, because it's just Gianna Marie on Facebook. And I'm new on Twitter, but the link is also in my bio there
Okay,
too.
yeah, I will definitely have all your links on our
Mhm.
podcast and YouTube channel for those to
Mhm.
follow. And are you having any upcoming for clients? Are you going to be taking in more clients?
Yeah, so I am taking clients. My schedule is open for clients, and we also have a workshop coming up.
Oh, great. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You and
so
I
we
are
do.
having a workshop. Oh my
We
gosh.
have a
I
workshop.
almost
Yes.
forgot. I hadn't even looked at my calendar. We are having a workshop, right, in about a
Yep.
month
Yep.
on self-care.
Yeah, so it's going to be a self-care workshop, and you'll be able to hear from me with self-care rituals and tech and tools that you can use to better serve you and others in your life. And you'll hear the health side through Damaris, and it's going to be a really beautiful time. So I'm excited about that.
And yeah, that's on a Saturday. We're doing that May 8th. Is that about a
May
month
8th.
from now?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Great. So our listeners will put that also in the show notes so that you guys can check us out on that. And that'll be a Zoom webinar.
Yep.
And we'll put the link to register. So it's pre-registration on that. We're going to do it at a very low, affordable rate. So just to so you guys can come in and join it.
Of course.
That's awesome. Is there
Yeah.
anything more that you want to tell listeners and those watching a little bit about Gianna Marie and her God's Gifted Greenery, or just want to say, add in?
I just want to say thank you for having me, and seeing a light in me, and that I
Of
have
course.
something to share with others. So that's really all I want to share, is that you're all worth it. Anyone who's listening, you're all worth self-care. You're worth you know being healthy. You're worth sorry, I get tripped up with my words sometimes, but
No, it's
you're
okay.
completely worth good health and taking care of you, and that is the message I want to let out today. So just thank you for being here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Do you have a little bit of like I know you do a lot of meditations or mindfulness on your or mantras. Do you have anything that you want to kind of send off us with?
I do weekly live streams on Instagram, where we journal, we sip tea. I guide you through meditation and some gentle yoga into the sunrise. So you can catch me there. It's 6:45 in the morning every Wednesday, and we can just start the day together with an open, peaceful heart.
I love it. An open,
Yeah.
peaceful heart. Do you hear that, everyone? Open, peaceful heart. Start at 6:45 a.m. with Gianna
Yeah.
Marie, and she'll get some time to enjoy it. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this show today, Mindfully Integrative Podcast with Gianna Marie, the holistic skin coach and cancer survivor. I just call her an amazing woman. So, and book soon to come. Well, thanks so much for having us, for you being here and taking the time to, share your story.
Of course. Thank you so much.
And I look forward to you coming back on the show and, us and learning something more. And then, of course, we have our workshop in a month. So hopefully the listeners can connect with us there. So you have a
Sounds wonderful
week. Okay. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.